Hello, everybody. It's been a while. I figured I'd do a stream because of a game I've been playing anyways, and just kind of play it on stream anyways. So we'll see how this goes. I hope everyone is doing well in life and things are treating you good. I know the world can be oops, wrong one. Not a fun place at the moment. There's a lot of scary things out there, but at least we have each other, and at least we can lean inward and just kind of find our peace and our respite. So today I'm just playing the comfy game that I've been playing for a while and getting absorbed into. So I figured I'd share it with you all. This game is Railroader. Surprise, surprise, it's a fucking train game. But I've been enjoying it. So let's get into it. And yeah, I've got some bluegrass playing in the background. I figured it was fairly suiting to what we're doing. I can't turn that down too much, or else I won't be able to hear it. So hope it doesn't bother too much, and we'll get into it here. Hey, there we go. It's working. Let's see if it works on stream here. Turn my mic on. Yep. Hopefully you all can hear me nice and smoothly. Come on, stream. There we go. Aha. It is working. Good, excellent. So yeah, this is Railroader. Welcome to the GRKW, or excuse me, GWKR, the Grand Western Kootenai Railroad. Not a real railroad, obviously, but it's a railroad nonetheless. Look at that beautiful sunrise. So this railroad is the Murphy Line, as far as I understand, up in the Appalachians near Virginia. It is a actual railroad, so the line is loosely based on that, and we're just kind of fun going up and down it. This is pretty much my current save on it. So I've got some room to run. So speaking of room to run, we're going to leave my guy here staring at the pannier tank engine, duck, and jump over to a different train, over to the Unlucky 13. Because who doesn't like a little Unlucky 13? Oh, look how pretty that thing is. So, got some freight to haul up the line. Some of it go to Whittier, some of it to go to Bryson, something gets stopped here at Silva, some of it here in Dillsboro, some up to Alarka, and a whole lot of coal cars going up to the Robinson Gap. These names mean nothing to you. These are places on the line. And I'm also working on expanding the line. So I got to go check on those cars this morning. So we'll swap between some trains this morning and show them off. But first, this is fairly sorted. I don't have to do any shunting, surprisingly. So we're going to just jump on and back this beautiful big behemoth onto a train. Oh, I need something first. Oops. I need to set the switch. Take the brake off. Just real quick while rolling backwards. Handbrake off. So what's fun about this game is it is multiplayer. So if I ever get a group of people together, we could easily run down the line together or send them on different runs. I have two wonderful passenger trains. One is the express, and the other that is your pretty much slow passenger, which is the stop at every station. As of right now, they will be set to leave at 8 o'clock in the morning. So I got 2 hours to get the freight down the line and out of the way of the passenger service. And this car that I'm pulling up is a broken down baggage car. And I'm going to take up the line to Bryson to get repaired for a new passenger line for the other side of the new line. New to me. So what's cool is this rail line has a story behind it. When you first fire it up, he's told that this line, the Murphy line, was originally owned by the Atlantic Railroad, but there was a huge flood, and the line got wrecked and destroyed, and the Atlantic Railroad was just like, no, we don't want this anymore. We're not going to spend the money to fix this. Didn't make us much money in the first place, so they abandoned it. This kind of things do happen in the rail industry, where if a line gets damaged enough back in the day, they just would ditch it, especially if it didn't make them a whole lot. They just abandoned it. So we came in as a company and bought the line. Now you're going to be wondering also, hey, some of your engines, they don't look, well, Murphy line, Appalachia, that's America. Why does some of your locomotives and freight look like British? Well, because I have like 30 something goddamn mods on this game, thanks to beautiful modders. Legos has wonderful mods to give better loans, for customizations, for better interchange, stuff like that, and has one that's for the used market, where you can buy broken down broken down locomotives, wagons, coaches, stuff like that, where you have to repair, because you actually have to repair stuff in this game. Which reminds me, I am rolling without checking oils because I'm busy talking. So I'm going to set that to just roll. So as it rolls by, I can check oils. A little bit of a trick. So yeah, we're going to watch these go by as I check all the oils in the car, make sure they don't get something called the hot box. It's under 50% oil in the journal boxes, with these square things. You can run up with the metal getting too hot and it will catch fire. And obviously fire is never a good thing. So yeah, we're going to just oil these all up as they run by. 41, no, that's not correct. 39 coaches. Oh, not coaches, wagons. So that about 700 ton. Not the heaviest train I've hauled. I've been up to, I don't know, 1,800 tons. So that one was been bad. So that one's a little rough, but the engine we have on, I cannot remember the actual name of what it's based off of, but the engine number 13 named Fred, because I already have a Bruce. As Bruce don't give a shit, and Fred don't give a shit. So they're my heavy hauler. This is my big heavy hauler. Tractive effort is almost 40,000 pounds. With the basic low valve setup, and I can open up to being simple, not basic, but compounded, and I can open up into simple, which then will jump it up to 50,000 tractive effort. You're gonna be sitting here, what the fuck's tractive effort? Well, that pretty much tells you how strong the engine is, because steam locomotives cannot be regulated. Oh fuck! What the fuck? What? Steam locomotives cannot be regulated by like typical means of things of like, horsepower. There is ones that are rated by horsepower, but usually it's like diesel locomotives are rated by horsepower because of the power. They do have a diesel motor. I stopped the whole thing. That's fine. So, what we're running steam locomotives don't actually really have horsepower, even though there is a thing that you use where horsepower comes from is how many horses does this steam locomotive replace. So um, they don't really calculate it by horsepower though. They calculate it by, hey, what's the tractive effort? What's the potential of pulling? So they take tractive effort into a calculation, which I personally don't know, and they calculate it. So it's like, okay, this many foot pounds of tractive effort, which is like how many square feet of um weight, how much weight per square foot can this thing pull? Um, Combined with the weight to the track, for track adhesion, something along the lines of that. And I think, and I might have it wrong, but that's pretty much how they calculate. Okay, roughly this thing can haul then this much weight behind it safely before it hits its max point. And even at max point, that technically isn't the true max point. That's like the max point that's kind of safe, but you can still go beyond that to go to what it actually could pull at max weight. So, do, 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 do. Okay, we're heading out. So, where we're heading up from is where we started from. This is Silva, leaving the interchange. And for those who don't know what an interchange is, that is pretty much where the Atlantic Railroad brings in freight for me to deliver on my own line to services I have contracted with. So, like for example, we're coming past the paperboard here. This is a paper making facility. I have a contract with them to bring them freight cars so they have materials to make paper. Then when those freight cars are full of paper, or whatever materials, I load them up and take them to interchange. And as they run out of materials, I bring new ones in and take the empties to interchange. Because guess what? Unlike most things, the railroad doesn't actually own 80% of its, doesn't really own the majority of its freight cars. Most of its freight cars are actually owned by other companies. We're just contracted to move them. So, Freightboard's one of them. We've got the sawmill in Whittier. We've got the, I think the furniture company, Appalachia Furniture. I think we got the Robinson Coal Gap. So we got lots of contracts. So that's what we're delivering to, and we don't get paid until the freight cars get spotted and dropped off in their siding. So we're gonna do that. First things first, we're gonna stop here. This one has a drop off. We'll turn on the train brake, shut the rig off. That charge of it. The reason why I'm stopping is we have a freight car for that siding right here. I believe it's this one. Yep. So we're gonna throw the handbrakes on. Oh. Disconnect there, disconnect that, the knuckle, and we're gonna pull it away. I could drop this off in the yard and let a smaller engine come do it, but because it's only one freight car and it's literally right on the main line, I can easily just back it in. I'm not going to be too worried about it. There's two freight cars I will be dropping off in our next town over, which is Dillsboro, which is where my coaling towers are, my water towers, and we might grab a little. No, we're going to water and coal for now, so you'll see some of the other trains sitting there, along with the passenger trains. I'm on fire. Oops, didn't mean to open the door. So yeah, obviously I'm running mods that give me British freight cars, which I didn't remove the American freight car stock freight cars because I find it the big funny that of the mixture between American freight and British and UK freight. Just how much bigger American freight is and just the different styles that between the United States and British was on how they did things. We're good there. There we go. And we got a little $4 bonus for delivering on time. Or in a timely manner, I should say. So yeah. But you'll be asking me, why? Why did I do a silly of mixing American and British freight? Well, because I thought it was silly. And I think it's fantastic to see them mixed together. Especially on a railroad that's in this time era where it's, you know, still in steam, but diesel's starting to roll out. And I like only own one diesel engine that you'll meet. Most of my stuff is steam, as I have more of a love for steam than I do for diesel locomotives. I have appreciation for a few different types of diesels, but they're not North American diesels because they all are the exact same and just boring. Most of them are UK diesels, which haven't been fully modded yet or released by the modders. Fantastic fucking modding community, by the way, in Railroader. Like, oh my god, these guys are talented. But yeah, so we're gonna rerun this. If you're wondering why I ain't just like flying backwards and slamming into it, well, the faster you ram into coaches and to freight, the more damage you're gonna do. And we don't want to do damage because then I lose money for damaging somebody else's freight cars that I don't own, or they gotta take them to the shop and fix them, which means they're now taking my parts to fix their shit, and they're not getting paid for dropping the fucking freight off. So we're not going to do it. But something I did find interesting. The reason why there's a little bit of inspiration to this, it was after inspiration, I should say. So I was speaking to a friend from the UK. We were talking about everything while I was playing this and that, and we were talking about, you know, I have a love for the Great Western Railroad from the United Kingdom, and I may not know everything about it, I may not know a whole lot about it, but I do have a love for it, and because I have a love for pannier tank engines, and that love came from obviously Thomas the Tank Engine and Duck, and found out back in the day the GWR was looking into making a ferry to go from the United Kingdom to New York in the States that was being dedicated to moving Great Western Railroad freight cars, not just the freight on them, but the freight cars themselves across the ocean to the United States. So there was a point in time, a potential, where we could have seen the mixture of American and British freight in North America because of the GWR. Unfortunately, that didn't actually happen because I can't remember if the combining of railroads or if it was World War I or something. I can't remember the exact thing that happened that stopped it, but obviously they didn't have the money to actually do it, or else we probably would have seen it. So, oh, just look how pretty that is. So yeah, you can see the American mix. Well, obviously the UK has buffers, the Americans don't, but just the big difference. Like, there's two box cars that are beside each other. Like, let me focus on them here. Follow. So this thing is a 40-ton or 30-ton boxcar. It holds 30 tons. This thing's empty. There should be a partner, I think. But yeah, this little thing holds like 5 tons less to like than its partner beside it, which I just find hilarious. Like, it's just this little fucking thing. It's just 5 tons off from the thing we did. They just packed more into a tinier space. You know, it just amazes me. Obviously, it's only 30 tons in it. This probably isn't regulated as a 30-ton boxcar. It's actually, a 30 foot. It's a 47-ton boxcar. So it could still take another, you know, 17 tons in it. And this is regulated as a 40 ton. So, you know, there's only a 7-ton difference between them, but look at the size difference. Look at the axle difference, everything. Like the handbrake, round valve handbrake, where these literally just have a bar on them. It just blows my mind of the ages of the difference of things. Like, so all these freight cars are air. There's because the era that we're in, everything in the United States would have had would have had air brakes. And if you aren't familiar with air brakes and trains, that's fine. All it is that you pump the train has the air compressor on it, a steam powered air compressor, and it produces steam in tanks. And what it does is the air goes into the lines. When there's no air in the lines, the brakes come on. But as you charge the line with air, and the air and the lines fill with air, it pushes the brakes open, so the wheels can obviously spin. So, slamming on the brakes is literally dumping the air out of the fucking system. You're removing the air to get the brakes to come on. In the UK, for a lot of their stuff, they used vacuum line. So as long as you had built up vacuum pressure, the brakes would stay off. But as soon as you lose that vacuum pressure, or you throw your brake on, you lose the vacuum pressure, and the brakes would snap on. Okay, just fun, neat ideas. But there's also a lot of things too. Like a lot of freight cars back in the day in the UK didn't have air brakes. Like they had the independent brake on it, the hand brake to like set it into that you could go, or you could stop on a hill and set them all like half on. So when you're pulling through your own brake, but that's it. There was no like air brake that where the entire train can brake as one. That's why brake vans, cabooses were so important back in the day, because you needed that train to be able to slow down, especially on hills. So it's just again fun little things, and so it's different to see like entire British airline that has all air, that has all air brakes. So I don't really need the brake van, so I can take it as just an aesthetic thing, or just a little bit of braking power on the back end. It's just again little things in this game and things that the mods have done, tying into the actual game itself. Oh, coming through Disborough, going over road crossing. It's just little things, like little just things in the game. Try not to highball through the yard. Once we drop off the two Dillsborough cars back there, which will let my little shunting engine here at Dillsborough deal with, we will continue on down the line. It's actually funny. The music we're listening to, which is bluegrass, is actually Appalachian bluegrass, which is perfect because we're technically in the Appalachians. So as you pull up, you can pretty much see that there's two sets of passenger coaches up there in the distance, and there's my little shunter. There's some passenger coaches sitting in the roundhouse getting repaired. It's just a beautiful sight. There's my number 5, my black 5, which is painted to look like Henry. Okay, so as we get to the end of the yard here, I will slow down again to leave some more freight cars here. Okay, which two are they in? Here we go. Just look at how long that fucking freight line is. Oh, wrong very. Oh, no, I want that one open actually. Far into the yard am I? Don't need to go that far. Just enough to clears the points. Set the handbrake. Oh, fuck. Yeah, okay, good. We didn't knuckle back in. Just lie down. Lie down. Derail. I ain't gonna fucking derail. I don't want to derail. Why would you bring me that dirty thing, the bad cursed word to me? How dare you, Shadow? I don't want to derail. I want to stay on the rail. I want to fucking lose money. Oh. How you doing, bud? Losing it? What do you mean you're losing it? Did you really have it to begin with? Can you lose something you didn't have? Oh, shit. It's not too early. Oh my God. Oh, you poor soul. You poor soul. Have fun with that. Did you? Did you really have any sanity to begin with to be able to lose? So is that really a loss? You know? Can you really lose something you didn't have to begin with? Oh, well, I'm glad you have some. Maybe you mind sharing some of that leftover sanity? Yeah, okay. To be fair, if you're spiraling that bad, then yeah, it's better to watch some silly, stupid, early fucking YouTube than to spiral. It's safer to not spiral. Yeah, which don't do either of those. Let's not do either of those. They're both bad options. Yeah, I feel that. I'd probably be missing a few myself. Yeah, let's keep the digits on the hands and stay away from the Sharpie Sherps and the Hottie Hots. I mean, unless they're hot goth mummies, then we'll stay as close as possible to those. What? Who said that? Break off. Okay, that's all the way back. The bricks to come back off. No, no, that's definitely not what we want you doing. Maybe you stay away from the oven unless you're going to cook something. That brake set. Oh, I never had that brake set. Okay, interesting. Put the train brake on just to help pull it back. There we go. A little hard slam. Okay, let's get out of Dodge and head towards Whittier. just check some stuff here. Set that so it can be heard a little better. Playing with a couple new audio settings I learned about today, so please forgive me for mucking around with it if you hear the volume a little change here and there. Speed out of this. Zoom out, get the oven over the mountain because for some reason at the oven, the game doesn't quite like us when we're going through tunnels if we're not in a cab. And I can't get in a cab because I left my guy sitting in Bryson. So this is a unique locomotive that one of the modders have created, which I've fallen in love with. It has two different sets of drives, valve gear, drive wheels. So it's a 2-4-4-2, which is the wheel arrangement. And there was a thing in the States, I don't know if it was in the UK, I know in the States there was a locomotive where the valve gear was facing inward, was in the middle with each other, and they were facing each other. It looked like they were boxing. I think they were called the boxing valve gear, the boxing pistons. And this one being unique where they point outside from each other, and they just do that perfect dance where, they go out of sync from each other, and then eventually they get back in the sync, and they'll eventually fall out of sync, which is really cool. And I can actually turn it on so that both valve gear sets are running. Excuse me, and it makes one hell of a racket. So, I see everything up speed. Throttle off on this west coast. This section I can get about away with 35 miles an hour. Oh, look at the fucking rock on it. See the rocking of the locomotive as it goes around. And all the freight's going to be rocking too. Just beautiful. What a beautiful game. coaches will go into the yard. We'll split off what pricing coaches we need, and this broken ass baggage car. And over the hill with our coal cars and that, using a different locomotive. Talking, unless we get chatters in there talking and asking questions and all that. Well, just go show stream and go down the line and hope I don't fucking derail it. I know the land position has a telling on what kind of freight or passenger service it is. I think left's headlamp is great. Can't remember what top headlamp means. But I got it there because I like it. Also, it's lights. For night. I know the dual, like if there's two lamps together, it's express locomotive or express passenger. Correctly. Like I'm the one at top level. And that one just, I think that's the freight. I could be wrong. Somebody's more trained person than me walking. Well, that's incorrect. And I'll go, you're right. take a look at the inside of the cabin. We'll look at Bryson, one of my little guys. Actual player character models standing there. Thank you. Okay. I may not add you directly. I do have a Discord that you can come and join, but yeah, thank you. Glad you're enjoying it. Thanks for calling me the best. Wouldn't call me that, but you are a bot. You are a dirty, dirty bot. Maybe. That was created today. You look like a bot. We'll be adding you. Thank you for the alert. Or not, but pretty sure it is. Wants me really creative. Same. Too good for now, but I don't think you will real. Don't worry about it. Hey, worry about that in a minute. Whittier Yard. Get rid of some of these lumber cars. Let's not go flying through the points. Let's see. Set brakes. Don't need this shit rolling away from me. What's the problem? Oh, yeah. Well, that would be a problem. Where's my thing of locomotives here? Number 4, I need you back in your siding. Hey, look, it's Thomas shaped. Let's get you back in your siding because I need you there. Or I pull things away. Do, 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 do. You know what? Okay, now he's back in his siding. 13's controls. Water here too. Drop these off. So another good thing about this game, because I'm playing a lot myself, is there's auto engineers. Pretty much waypoint engineers you tell them to do this, go do that, go here, stop here, and they will follow it. The only thing I don't like is they set the throttle to 100%. And on one of my engines, taking off at 100% open throttle does not help it, because all it does is wheel spin. We're going to do something that's on the sketchy side. Okay. Kicking! Kicking! Go back up and get some water. There's not going to be steaming down the line if we don't keep this thing topped up. Unfortunately, for a really big, strong locomotive, it doesn't hold a lot of water. Well, actually, it does. 2,000 gallons of water is a lot of water, but for a freight hauler going to the line, it's not a lot. There we go. Anyways, then go to number 4 and tell it to couple up to this stuff. Jump over to the number 11. This should be all repaired. That over there. One car on this that doesn't belong up here, but okay, where are you going? We have up the wall in this line right here. Still filling. This still has one more little bit of that to get filled up. Water. Rabbit run, rabbit run, rabbit run. Rabbit run. Or let the air back in. It's gonna have to get recharged. Run. Oops. Put that right there. We're already here. In the yard. All the way to Bryson. Now to do. Oh, oh, yeah, game. Okay, there we go. Aha. Strictly over here in the yard. Take the handbrake off. Nope. Oh, I attached the line because the brake brakes are still on. Flying. Ooh, a little highball. action. I don't know how many times, because with multiple engines doing auto engineering, how many times I have fucked shit up. Nice easy day for the 11th. Not too often it gets an easy day. I'll wait for the 7 to get back. The box behind my head is literally all the engines that I own, and I can just jump between them, take control, and all that stuff, and see the mileage and others, so I can just see what they're doing, what they're set to do. Makes it easy when I'm running the one engine I'm running, and then running a bunch of auto engineer trains. Makes things a little bit easier to navigate. Back up to the station. Beautiful Sterling single. See, that's the thing I don't like. Auto engineer goes to 100. This is one of those engines where it's got low tractive adhesion, just when taking off, underweight, and it just crank it to 100% like a rag wide open, and it just sits there and spins. And that, in real life, that would fry in the wheel and tire in a rail up. I hate that back it does it. Once it gets up to speed, it stops doing it. It's just annoying. Nope. Main engine. Bryson. This wah. Or is it like Wabba Fett? Stupid fucking joke on my part. Just wah. Oh, welcome. Mila? Mila V? Mela? Oh, you've been here before. Okay. I'm just dumb then. Oh, you've been following me since 2022. Holy shit, yeah. I'm sorry. My brain fucking gets fucking eroded so easily some days. How you been? Ah, you used a different name. Oh. Okay. Oh, Tico! Okay, yeah. People change their names so often, I get confused. Okay. Okay. Well, they do have rights, but I would like to keep any political standing points out of my stream, please. As you should be aware if you've been here before. Yes, trans rights are human rights too, but... And full for them. This is a political free zone. You want to push your agendas and stuff, go somewhere else for that. This is welcome for anybody and everybody. Unless you're an Uber prick. I know you're not. I'm just a gentle reminder. As much as I am supporting and all those rights and everything, this is a free zone of all of it. That's my home. Do. Give me 2 seconds. Appreciate you being here, though. Always appreciate everybody being here. Okay, we're going to leave you there, and then what we're going to do is we're going to go grab a different engine. Grab my number 8 here, pannier tank engine. And just roll her back. Now these pannier tank engines may be small, but they are very mighty. A whopping almost 23,000 foot-pounds of tractive effort. That's only roughly about 600 tons. I'll pull it up the hill, no problem. Holy shit, there's 4 of you now. Holy crap. Very nice. You know, that seems very much up your alley to be a salamander's. Calm and caring. Oh, I gotta shut that nightbot off. Whoops. It's been a while. Yeah, it seems about right. A little bit of fire and flame alongside of caring for other people. Yeah, damn it. Those are from the Paranoia stream. Oh, 440 tons. That's easy. That's easy. Again, another good chapter. It seems like it's very fitting. Let's see. Make sure this track is set to not go into that part of the dirt. Little Riley the yard. Yeah, blueberries. I make fun of Ultramarines, but they have their place. They're an okay chapter, but not personally one of mine. I'm just glad 11th edition is focusing on a different chapter for a little bit, or at least letting them be the focus separate from everything else. Oh, that's that chop. Look at that sweet girl taking off another yard. Pull water, make it up the hill. I think that's suiting. I very much think that is very suiting for you to be a salamander. You're not cold and calculating and unforgiving to other people and all that jazz. Oh, look, there's my little body. Hi, body. See you, little body. Down there. Trackside view. So he goes by. Woo, trains! Even better. British locomotives on an American rail line. Fucking hurt people's brains. Where are you going? You gonna do? to the one. Let's see. Yeah, I want number 8. 8. Real. Thank you for that. I haven't heard that in a while. Rain, pain station. I don't know why we're going to make a pain station, but okay. Working hard up this hill. Working up the hill. Number 9. Where are you going, 9? That is like the most convoluted path you could have taken. Not 9, 12. Also, look at this little goofy thing. Fucking love it. This is, if you don't know what it is, it's called a... There's a bigger locomotive this thing's based off of, that the modder that made this one's still currently working on to get the fuel problems out of it, which I'm desperately waiting for it to show up. Be downloaded and added to my rail line. It is a Garrett. And what a Garrett is exactly what it is. See, is you have 2 sets of drives, one underneath a new water tank in the front, and underneath your coal and water tank in the back, and your boiler's pretty much free floating. These things were designed, so this is a small one. This one was technically designed for an air gauge, but he remodded it to be on standard gauge. They were designed to take the place of, instead of double heading an engine, so you have 2 locomotives hooked together, working together up a hill, this would act as 2 because you have 2 sections of powered wheel sets. Yeah, so Garrett's were very, and the thing is, they did have fuel problems, not so much like they didn't steam right, no, they just consumed fuel, like coal and water, a lot of it. And if the front tender, which or the front wheel drive set, would get lighter as water would get drained out of it. So kind of a balancing act with it. But they proved to be extremely strong. And unfortunately, there's not a whole lot of them left in preservation. I don't think there is a single one left in the UK. I know there's one in Africa that's on broad gauge, if I remember correctly. And then you have 2 in Australia. One is being restored, and the other one did run. I think it's due for servicing. Can't remember. Yeah, well, it's history, right? Save the old tech, save the old history. You know, you gotta remember where we come from. And old engines like that, there's so many locomotives that have been just straight up lost. Or just scrapped because of preservation. Like, funny enough, one of my passenger locomotives, the Stirling Single, which is my number 7, there is only one in preservation. Like, by the time it was pulled out of service, it was already old. Like, it ran until 1916. When they pulled it out of service, the company had 4 running because it's one of the first engines that the owner bought and had built that it went straight into preservation, and they saved it right off the bat for their own personal museums, which now it lives in the museum in York, in England. But that's one of like the first real just a company like, hey, this is one of our first locomotives. This is number 1. This is the original. We're gonna save it, and yet the rest of the line got just thrown away and scrapped and cut up and sold to scrap metal. A lot of steam locomotives suffered that. There's a lot of forgotten, lost history, like just because of things like that. Like back in the day, so the engine we're currently using, you guys are looking at, is the Panniard engine, Panniard tank engine. And it was one of the most reliable and easier to run Great Western locomotives. And back in the day, like there was like 800 of them. Like even when all the rail lines in the UK became British railways and diesels were taking over, there was like still 200 to 400 panniers on the line doing, branch line service, doing switching in yards, even as the diesels are taking over. Like, and I think there's like only maybe 20 of them left. 20 left of 800. It's so saddening to see. Like, at least there's 20, but there's not even some line of locomotives that they're lucky to even have 20 left. Look at Flying Scotsman. I'm pretty sure the majority of its brothers and sisters were cut up, and the only one of the eighth ones, yeah, Gordon's or not Gordon, Flying Scotsman is an A1 or A2, Pacific, and he's Flying Scotsman's the only one left. Like the only thing we have other than in the Pacific lines, I think, is the A3, which is Mallard, and I think there's 2 of the A3s for sure. You know, let's go to even another line. Great Western Railroad, the city classes, a name that everybody might be familiar with. Oh, I didn't even realize that opened close. That's cool. Is the City of Truro. That locomotive, which is an outside frame locomotive, out of all the city classes, it's the only one left. All the cities got scrapped. All the newer versions of the cities, which were called Dukes, which they used, what a Duke was, it was they used the old city class frames, but put a more modern at the time boiler and superheater firebox on it to just kind of reuse all these frames they had lying around and old locomotives without having to pay for built brand new ones. But there's not a single Duke left. It's the tractor. Like it's saddening to see. Like we should be focusing on preservation and saving these locomotives because they're part of the history of our world. We wouldn't have the rail services we have and the connection to the other sides of the countries and other continents without steam. You know, I am also a believer of, you know, bring steam back. Let's put steam back in service. Let's not just let it sit there stagnantly. Let's put the old workhorse to work. But somebody else has pointed out in some other places I check out that that's not always the best thing. Like, if we put it to work, you risk damaging, you risk losing it again, and all that. And like the systems aren't designed to run steam anymore. You don't have the water towers, you don't have the cooling towers. You know, it's very much we don't have the systems in place to do these things anymore, and to lose that piece of history if we get damaged. Like if they are running it, you know, then it's great. But if we lose it, we lose it if it crashes. So it's kind of important not to lose this stuff. My nose fucking dripping. So now that we're up at lovely old. This is Larka Junction. It's pretty much the junction up to a Larka branch, and then the other line continues up to Fontana and Nantahala, which I'm currently working on getting expanded out. So, working on getting there. We're going to give these coaches, these freight cars, off to the Class 08 Shunter, the only diesel I have in my line right at the moment, because Alarka is the only place I have any diesel. Oh shit, no, I need that fucking set. Up. Stay on the main. Stay on the main for the moment. The end of it here. We're going to pull up through it and we're going to back up the line. Round up the line. Too far. It's fine. Do, do, do. A little more there. too much power because we've got to go back up a hill. Shit, that jumped up to 5 viewers. Holy crap. There's 5 of you in here? Watching me play the trains? Holy shit. Oops, I'm going to go too quick up this yard. Hydrate. Hydrate. Okay, fine. Power as we go up the hill. Back. Oh yeah, they're all out of the yard. That's ready to go down too. Surprised they didn't send a new one with it. Oh yeah. Money making coal. Money making coal. Slow here. More throttle. Get a more throttle. Going up the hill. I know it's probably a little weird seeing somebody with a mechanical or a tech addict, copyright free, playing a train game. It just seems it's what a tech addict would do with their spare time. Admiring old technology. spotted. Look at that. Good money. Break on that one because we're separated. Okay. Down, disconnect that, and it's going to just free roll down the hill. That oil stays stopped up in there. The rod bearings as we roll down. Let's not go too fast out of the yard here. Use that independent just to keep slowed down a little bit. Screeching a little bit, going a little quick. Oops, that's throwing, but that'll work. Do. No one knows. Whoa. 27. Whoa, in a 15 zone. What do we got? We need some water. Coal we're good on. So let's switch to go there. There, get some water. Wow, that rolls down the hill real quick. We're gonna jump over to Silva's train station. Start letting passengers load up on our express junction to Larka and copy that to all their 5 coaches. And we are pulling some beautiful, well-modded teak coaches. Always loved the look of the teak, the wood on the teaks. Yeah, there's a little bit of hill right here. So if I remember correctly, the L and the R are the ones famous for the teaks. There could have been a lot of different railroads. I just always usually see them marked as L and R, which I think is London to Edinburgh Northern Railroad. I could be completely wrong. I could look it up, but I'm going to be lazy and not look it up. And wait till somebody sees the VOD and correct my ass. Because it's funnier that way. The L and the R is also what would have been Flying Scotsman's from. Actually, Flying Scotsman would have pulled teaks at the time, if I remember correctly. Or teaks would have been too old. I can't remember. We're rolling into the station there. We're going to pop that out closed. I'm rolling up to the water tower. Oh, I left that water cap open. Perfect. It should be enough to get water. No, I need some more. There we go. Okay, well that fills up with water. Actually, I need to break the brake on because we're on the hill. Set this to go back. We'll set to go back here. We'll take over the 1001 because I am putting my diesels different classifications. That. Put this guy in the siding quick, just so he's out of the way. Oh, I'm not clear. Fuck. Take the brake, set you to neutral. We're good. Reset these to be cleared straight throughs. When the passenger service decides to come through. That's all. Here we go. Now send the diesel. The diesel. Up the branch. Resolved. to Arkansas. Slow down, give her a little bit more throttle, boys. Oh, behind schedule a little bit. Let's jump to Dillsboro until the number 7 to make its way. Oops. All the way up to the whistle stop. It's going to need all that room. All the cars load in. Not getting sick. I'm sniffling because my nose is always running because of the way the temperature cannot make its mind if it wants to be hot or cold. It just drives my sinuses nuts. So no, I'm not getting sick. Just nasal leakage. Fucking hate the fucking thing with fucking. It's stupid auto engineer. Turn your throttle down, you piece of shit. Fucking wearing out the poor tire on that big fucking wheel. Once it gets up to fucking speed, it'll still stop. Ew. Ew. Oh, look at the picture of that. Oh. Cedar Hill? Cider Hill? Cedar Hill. I did spell that right. Okay. So now it's parse slipping and going, but we should go put our attention back on the diesel. It is diesel. Make sure I don't accidentally put it in the dirt. The worst part is it's not even seasonal allergy. It's not even allergies. It's literally just when the temperature fluctuates, my nose runs more and it gets plugged up more. And it's just a continuous trying to get rid of the liquids. Because I really don't have much for allergies. It's just fucking, oh, hey, guess what? We can't decide if you want to be cold or hot. Because on a beautifully hot day, if it stays one temperature, my nose usually settles out. And especially on a nice hot day, then it will calm right down. But right now, fuck, it's just all over the fucking place. Oh. Still gotta get rid of that. Fuck. Yeah. Goes down. I hope everybody that is watching is enjoying this lazy, laid-back stream today, and hope enjoying the bluegrass music because I have discovered something fun. The reason why I'm using it, this music's probably all copyright, and typically I'd get copyright nailed when I go to put the VOD up on YouTube. But I went and learned something today and implemented it, that you can tell OBS to separate tracks. So you can separate your live stream track from the track that is going to go in the VOD, and you could put something into a separate track and then tell it, no, this track does not get added to the VOD when the stream is done. So that was cool to learn that. So I can actually listen to some music while streaming that might end up being copyright, but then when it goes into the VOD, it won't be there. So just a couple neat things. I gotta do with you too. I'm forgetting I gotta do with you. It's pulling into Dillsboro. I should probably deal with number 12. Yeah, so it took some finagling and figuring shit out, but that's just a little neat thing to be able to go, hey, I can actually listen to music on stream and not get in trouble. Plug that there. Or at least listen to some copyright music and then it just doesn't exist in the VOD afterwards. So that was neat. Played around with some mic settings. Learned about broadband and how to play with band settings. And I'm hoping the mic sounds nice. To me, when I checked it earlier, it seemed like it was nice and crisp sounding. So I hope it's still nice and crisp sounding to everybody. I cannot fucking talk at the moment. Okay. Number 7. Because you always run low on water and coal. We're going to top off with water and Whittier. I'm going to tell you to roughly right there. Eyeball it. Oops, I'm in the building. Still not in Larka quite yet. Break. Just give me a second, folks. Because this thing's going backwards. Which is a couple things that need going backwards here. Okay, got it. Brakes there. Come on, move you. The diesel will be oiling around in the yard. Brakes. That one. Here we go. Rolling backwards. Pretty sure that goes way the fuck over there. That tank goes back there with the other two, which have been on that siding since day one. Big stinky diesel. So devious too. Nope, I don't. Set that. That needs to get set. These are all good still. See anything down there? Oops, gone too far. Gone too far. Roll forward. I'm going to get the number 1 to roll into Silva. You guys will see the number 1 here in a minute. This is my lovely number 1, my first engine on the line after I sold off all the American rolling stock and engines. Little J70, little cute steam train. This thing has been running the line since I first started this game. Yeah, I literally got rid of it. I got rid of all the American locomotives, the 2 American locomotives they left me, and the train's way louder than me. Oh, well, fuck me. I will fix that. Oh, shit. Let me fix that then. Let's turn that down a bit. There, that should be a little bit better. I don't want to crank myself out too much or I'll start blowing out the mic. What do you mean it fixed it? Not the way I was supposed to. What do you mean? Or are you saying my mic is too quiet? Oh, well, I can turn the mic up more. Like, just don't want to be blowing people's eardrums out. That's all. I mean, oh, you were talking about how the J70, the shuffling noises were fucking loud because, yeah, the diesel is silent. There we go. Now you can listen to the chuffing noises. Well, I can't fucking solve everything, okay? I'm trying here. I want you to be able to hear the chuffing noises. It's the good part of trains, other than, you know, was just literally driving a diesel. No, how dare you? I will not. I refuse. Yeah, you're going in that side, yeah. As long as it sounds better now, that's all that matters. I had turned down a bunch of gains in earlier because when I was trying to listen to myself through the monitor setting, in OBS, it sounded like it was reverberating and it was too loud. And sometimes I have my speakers in my headphones turned up way too loud, so it's hard for me to tell if I am being too quiet or loud comparison. So feedback is also very good. Hey, Shadow Worse. Oh, Shadow Rose, excuse me. Yeah, I know, right? Me streaming? Never. That never happens anymore. And streaming trains at that? What has become of this world? It's become topsy-turvy. Only took you 2.5 hours to figure that out, Shadow. I'm just teasing. I'm just teasing. Should look at the 12 real quick because I know it's sitting there waiting for orders. Let's see. We need to pull these out. I know I got a rake on. Sorry about the jumping around, but you're driving trains by yourself. You kind of have to do a little bit of jumping by yourself. Run, Junior, run. Ankle. Good. Number one's arrived at the station. Set that. We'll deal with those real quick. Spot that there. Yeah. And because this is the every station stop service, we are going to stop at every station along the line. We'll jump back to our diesel. Switch that to go straight. Oh no, excuse me, I don't want to go straight through. I want to go that one right there. Got it. So two going up to the copper mine. Deal with that in a minute. Braking. Okay. Oh, that's right. The brakes on. I'll put them out here. Check the number 12. That. Set that. Where the hell am I here? I have to go that way. Which one's in the front here? Is that number 2? Okay, let's go switch here. A little more power. Going back. Going back. Drop the throttle down here a little bit because I need to go jump to the number 1 and tell it to make its way to Dillsborough Depot. Remember, kids, always, every chance you get, block the siding. Do not let anybody get a chance to cross that siding. I need to go. Right off there. Brakes are set. Mountain deck. Okay, coal mine, I need you to do something. Can't keep bringing you cars if you don't let anything fucking leave. Hope that lined up enough. Didn't. Oh. Put the brake on. Let me. Too far. There we go. Going back. Okay. Break it. So I'll do real quick. You've got these. I tell you to go to Bryson. Oh wait, let's no. Ah, knew I saw something earlier. Go up here. What is that? There we go. So cool while I do this. These rail cars has got to break on. Here we go. Busy. Oh, well, yeah, I forgot about the 4. Pull up there. Oh, apparently you rolled back and hooked into everything. No. Forward and just let it roll. Oh, I forgot that. Where the... Oh, fuck off. This up here. There we go. Let's see. Wilmot Station coming up for... Oh shit, that's gonna fucking derail. Oh shit. Oh shit. You can wait there. Give me 2 seconds, folks. I just gotta listen to something. Oops. Set that throttle, keep going forward. Set that switch back. Set to one. Oh, crawl tail. No biggie. Oh, don't hit it, don't hit it, don't hit it. Ah, wow, fuck, fuck. No, back off. A little bit more throttle than that. Come on. The hill's not that hard. And we coast back down to the yard. Let's set the brake on that. Let's send the number 7 to Bryson. Let's set that to max speed to 30. Get this done before train comes. Stretch. Thank you for the stretch. Oh. Traveling. So it's leaving. Or can be told to go back to its yard. I'll have to check on its fuel later, on its water and coal. Oh, those are all ready to go up to the logging site. Oh, you're about to come to a dead stop. You want to get everything else going and moving. Set that up to the next switch. Oh. Going a little fast. Going a little fast. Break. Oh, yes, no, that's what I wanted. Close up to them. We don't want to be banging them. Alone. See. I'm going down the track. Whoops. Distracted by something. Let's see, so one has arrived at Wilmot. Have we got paid for it? Whittier. Nobody in here for Wilmot, which is saddening. So we will go to the engine service. Off right there. Depot yard. For oh. To Conley Creek up to L2 and tell you to deliver that logs up there. Whoop, 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 whoop. Fucking in this yard here. Straight in. Let's go all the way up past the station. Come on. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Can I not blow past the switch? Yes, I can still blow past the switch. Come on, can I get you back here? Yeah, I can. Shit. And we fucking hit hard. Whoops. Took probably some damage. Yeah, whoopsie doozies. They're not going to be happy about that, but it's just only a little bit. Wait, we are going to go. Where's the number 7 map? Oh, it can't be a Bryson already. Holy shit, it is too. Some water in to our little tram. I have to run upstairs to grab a charger block for my phone. So I'm going to leave you with the lovely number 4 so you guys can watch it go up the hill. I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. Check on number one here real quick. Well, thank you, thank you. Okay, let's send the diesel back down the line. We probably got paid for a price, and then we oof. $565 for 97 pairs. Oh yes. Let's take that back. Next section of the track you're going up to is a Larka Junction. Right there. Yeah, well, the park. Brake on there. Yes. We're going to overhaul then Bryson. I think it's time for a swap up. First, I need to check something here. Bryson, engine house, set back to that. $1 a day. Nope. Yeah, you think. Okay, number one, you're going to Ella Station. I think. Going down the track we've only wheels are spinning as we roll. Oiling, even flowing, going to check on a connection. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. I hope everybody's having a wonderful evening tonight, and thank you all for have joined me so far tonight. I think I might go up and get the other track section. Not track section. There's a bunch of freight cars I have probably sitting up at a track section I was repairing, and I might call it a night there. Bring them back up to Larka Junction. Switch it over. Flip that over. There. Years. Oh, nice. 123 for fucking. There's a lot of people going Ella. Like that. Jump back to number one then until number one. It's its turn to go to Bryson. Then number 12. The only thing I know, that I had. Oh, let me home. Around. I hope everybody who is watching is having fun and at least enjoying it, or even if it's just background noise and background something to watch while you're doing whatever you're doing. Hey, as long as it matters, as long as you're enjoying it. Me home. Oh, did you arrive at Larka Junction? Oh, you did too. Oh, I just need you to go here forward. Oh, or no. I fell right there. Okay. Well, I'm glad it's perfect background noise for lampshade making. Top out the water. To Alarco with you, number 7. We keep it around. Yeah. Yeah. Son of a. Oh, sorry, everybody. Ugh. It's right in everybody's ear. I'm sorry. I apologize. On a run. Click on that number. Click on the diesel. Ah, look at that view. Nice lakeside view as we're just coasting down the line. Come on. Fuck. I wasn't paying attention. I fucking crashed. No! Oh no! Ah, son of a bitch. Okay. Well, everybody got a fucking view of me fucking breaking shit. So I wasn't paying attention. Oh no. I fucking wrecked the shit out of that. Okay. Well, I did more than fucking derail one. Uh, you know, you know, uh, we're gonna pretend that didn't happen. We're gonna go back 3 minutes. We're just gonna pretend that didn't happen. Because my own stupidity. Because I got distracted by looking at something. Should have known better that we're getting close. Yeah. Yeah, I cheated. Fucking wasn't paying attention. Fucking backed right into everything. No, it didn't happen. It just didn't happen. That's all there is to it. It never happened. Number one's coming the Bryson. 12 out of here. We are the mountain top, behind. And we are the mountain top. We up on the mountain top. I can't believe I fucking looked away, wasn't paying attention. You all fucking saw it. It was like, oh, no, are you gonna slow down? You gonna slow down? No, I hit it. Yeah, that was a little bit too much damage to just accept and go on. I would jump and do that, but I know that right around this corner is where those freight cars are. Oh, right there, like right on the other side of that fucking corner. Did I never lock any of you down? Did I do a bad? Oh, I did do a bad when I left these. Oh no. I'm surprised it didn't roll away. Whoops. I'll send you up to Hemingway. We got this safely. That's what we're talking about. No, nothing happened. Nothing bad happened on getting these freight cars. I'm not crazy. You're crazy. Go down. All around. Sound. I'm traveling round the whole world round. Just a perfect little view. All right. Run damn. Rolling, rolling, rolling down the rail line. Do, 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 do. Oh, there's 7 rounded up at Sterling's round up at Larka. Nice. We get paid from that soon. There it is. Oh, nice. This section's all uphill. A little more power. A little more power. Give it done. Skip, put in notch 7, I guess. We'll go up to number 7 here. How much past this point did you get? Okay. World. Forward then. Back in. We're going to get a little more coal and water. World. Got to get that back in just past that switch. Oh, I'm a little too far back. Whoops. Forward. Mm-hmm. He's rolling. He's turning. Oh. It's pretty close for that. Mm-hmm. I made it $9. Oops. Sorry, I wanted to jump to a Larker Junction. Rolling. Girl keeps turning. Rolling on board. Loot, loot. Let's go with the junction. No, we don't need much for water, but ooh, so close. Switch. Go ahead and set up still. I need to go in there past the switch. There we go. You just finished with water. Go forward. Oh, with this delivery into this yard, that's the last of the freight that needs to be moved around before being taken back to interchange. And that's this morning. That would be the morning of the work that needs to be done here on the GWKR. Tell you to go to Cochrane. Let's tell everybody to get on. Going the other way. Larka, Bryson, Whittier, Disborough, and Silva. Ugh. Well, as this train loads up with the back trip for going back to the other side of my current rail line, that puts us at about 4 hours in, which is a long fucking run. I hope everybody has enjoyed the stream so far today and are having a good evening. But this is probably where I am going to call it. So thank you all for a wonderful time. Thank you for hanging around and enjoying, well, hanging with me while I enjoy trains. It's been actually a pretty good stream to see people come in and out and catch up with people. I hope you enjoyed the music. I'm actually happy I figured out that little trick on being able to listen to some copyright music while streaming, but not have it be in the VOD afterwards. So this will go up to YouTube and be without the music though. So I hope everybody enjoyed the listening to bluegrass while playing with trains. So again, hope you all had a wonderful evening, and we'll see you again next time. Remember, be kind to one another. It's a big dark